right. That's right, man. Shit. You can web up in here, man. What? Huh? You got a problem with that? Huh? Close it down and go to another show. You got a problem with that. You got a problem with Eagle coming up in here. Yeah, I'm always sipping on water, always drinking tea. I'm not trying to get on here, and I got a camera running, and I'm going to sit here all frothy mouth and shit. Man, come on now. You got people that keep talking. They know they already frothy mouth. You frothy mouth or dry mouth, your mouth already like somebody been wiping cotton balls all in your mouth and stuff, and you still gonna try to talk. Man, just go get you some water, man. People know that you gotta drink water. People know that. Huh? It ain't like you talking out your nose. Yes, you should be. That's a whole different subject, but people don't know how to. Yeah, but anyway, welcome to Eagles Way of Boxing. I see my little brother out there, my headlock brother out there, Gil Coles. Salute to him. He says, "Sup, Eagles Web." He said, "Mr. Gary versus Bud." He said, "Bob, send that contract." That's right, Bob. Huh? You playing, you always want to be the most significant. Send the contract. Let's just get it on. Let's see. Let's see it. Gary on that Mr. Gary Russell on that he on that big talk though. Mr. Gary Russell on that big talk. You know what I mean? He could always be like, "Yeah, I know. Hey, don't make me go there again." Yeah, he like, "Don't make me go there again, man." Hey, he gonna be like, I crack chins. That's what I do. I crack jaws, man. And that's what I do. I'm the jaw cracker. What you need? What you want? Oh, look at my brother came up in here. Tabernacle Testimony up here. Got the eagle up good. Soaring eagle. Yep. He said, "Aye." And he said, "Gil, salute." That's right. Right here. That's where I put it all the time. Right here. That's it. That's not going home safe. That's friends. That's friends right there. That's friends. This is not friends. If you hold it out here, that's not friends. But if you just hold it close to your body, that's friends. Because you're holding it close. That means I hold you close. See? That's friends. This ain't friends. You know what that is. Get your ass off me. Get your ass off me before you get handed up. Before you get them hands put on you good. But we need to see it. Hey, what you think, Gil? What y'all think, man? So did Joe Joyce, is he proving his point? Is he ready to get that action done? Is he ready to get it in? He got that stop. And before y'all answer, or you can answer anyway. But anyway, much condolences out to the Nassim family, Nassim Richardson. I don't even know how I missed that. I've been so busy lately though, y'all, because I had to work this. I got to work a different position and stuff lately. So until things get back on track, if they don't get back on track, I'm still there. But anyway, we give him the customary, what they have a customary 10 count. But anyway, we don't do that here per se. But all the good vibes, all the good prayers, all the good spirit, all the good fortune, and all the understanding, and like I said, all the condolences and stuff out to his family. Because that was, for me, that's really untimely. He looks like he got a little gray on his face, but it still looks like a kid, man. I don't know. I just don't know. You just don't know about this whole life thing, man. It's here, and then all of a sudden it's just not here. And then people have to just remember you if you had people special enough to remember you. And I don't know. I seen a proverb. I know a lot of people aren't into like the religion, or they're not into the Bible and stuff like that. But I seen a proverb and stuff that was actually saying that to paraphrase it, it said that you more or less that you always can have a good friend that you can count on, but your own brother he'd be an adversary to you. and that's kind of off top, but to me it makes a lot of sense because I have met a lot of people in my life that are closer to me than even my family would seem to be. Because this is the point that I think that causes that. What causes that is parents and you growing up with them, and they looking at you, oh, you ain't all that. You still my brother. You still knucklehead. I still, you know what I mean? Because no matter what you accomplish, they still will, they'll be on your neck. Whereas your friend, like your best friend, he'll be there for you. Like, man, he'll be the one that's telling you, man, I don't know why they hating on you like that. You know what I mean? He'll be the one to tell you that. That he doesn't know why they hating, but everybody's got that hate on them. Hate. Man, get that hate off you, man. Brush that hate off. Brush all that hate off, man. You got too much on. You got too much hate on you, man. I'll see you down there, Gil. See, I got Dubois over Joe. But you know what? The whole thing about in Eagles Web is we got to see this one, baby. We got to see it. I want to see it. What kind of fights we've been getting lately? I want to see this one. I want to see. Okay, anyway, you guys switch the chat over. Because I don't know if I told you, but yeah, switch the chat. So make sure that you have your chat. I got to set it up. Make sure after you hit the like button, make sure you hit the live. Because even the host, I messed up. So let me go back in. I got to click live, because if I don't click live, then sometimes trolls sneak up in here. So let me go in here, hit live, hit my thumbs up, then hit live. Because if I don't hit live, then trolls sneak in here and they get the words off. They get to say what they want to say, and that's unbecoming. Yeah, that's unbecoming and stuff, but you know what we want to do, though. We want to make sure that everything is just straight up here in Eagles Web. That we don't have no sneak sins. And you guys know I like to add S's to certain stuff, because that's just the way I talk. And I just like to add S's. That's why people don't get what I say when I talk about the next, when I say that, like the warm, because warm up, you know what I mean? So Joe Joyce just got his warms up. So that's one. He's only taken one. And then just sitting back thinking, why is Dubois worried about Joyce? Why is he fighting Joyce anyway? And Joyce had to get that ring rust off. Okay, but he got to win. He got a stoppage. Okay. We still going with Dubois, though. But where does he stand? Where does he stand right now? Where does he stand? Then we'll get into we're going to get into some controversy today. I'll let you guys can figure it out with me. And because I did this one because the thing is, I want everybody, you know what I'm saying? I want everybody's opine this time besides just mine. And I want to see, if we're on the same page when it comes to certain stuff, because we have different lists and stuff, and that we're going to just go through. And we got to go through it. So it might take a little bit of time, so don't get bored with it, but we got to go through it. I see D-Lo 404 boxing up in there. Yep, salute to him. He says salute all. That's right. Salute all. And Gil, stop running all the girls off all the time. Because they're going to call me up and tell me that moderator named Gil Coles is doing too much. He's saying too much in the chat. Block him. Yep. But I'm just trying to find out if he's fighting Joe Joyce. But where does he fit, like, in the picture, though? Because he's acting like he's the new face. And we already know who the face is, man. Don't y'all make me put the face up. Because I will go get the face. I do have it. I will put up the face. I'll take time out just so I can go grab the face and put him up in the chat. The face of boxing, that is, But we had other fights too, though. But I don't know. There's still there's just too much talk when it comes to these fighters of where they are. Because so, there, Gil, you're a fool, man. I'm gonna choke. I'm gonna put hands on you, man. There you go again. He said, F. Coleman, I saved your seat. Yep. I don't even know why I read that out. I'm not even gonna read stuff out. I'm gonna put hands on Gil is what's gonna happen. Is Gil starting trouble constantly. That's his job, is to come here and start trouble. Yeah. So who they putting in our mouth right now? So we got, okay, now we got another, so we got the other Ortiz in our mouth that they trying to force that on us. They trying to force another little Garcia on us. Little Rai. So, okay, so you forcing Rai on us. So you forcing Rai on us, and then you forcing all these other fighters that you just put. I don't know. What do you guys think? Did you think is the Fury? That's a fail now, huh? That's been a fail, but that's really a fail, isn't it? The Tyson Fury, isn't that a fail? That's a fail. It couldn't hold up with the this whole COVID, the railroad thing. I don't know, some tricks. The railroad it really messed up a lot of the tricks that they was trying to pull on us. And so now they got to revamp. They got to reset everything. So now everything got to reset. And I'm sorry, y'all, man. The Crawford struggle is real. I'm sorry, y'all. That Crawford struggle is real, man. And Earl is the face at welterweight right now because everybody's scrambling. Everybody trying to get Earl. It's like, y'all, what y'all did is y'all wasted too much time, man. You messed around too much. And you had the opportunity to use Roro for like a great excuse. You could have used it. You could have used it as your platform to build up your hype because you have to be your own pitch man now. Y'all could have done that. But nobody did it. Nobody used it to their advantage. They start trying to use it to their advantage like late, like within the last, I would say the last month or so. Now, then everybody started to try to use it, but now it's too late now. It's too late because you guys should have used it before. Yeah. And see, Crawford, everybody now you trying to get your words out like, no, I would, like it was somebody else. Now you trying to put out, now you want to tell the truth. You see what I mean? Now you trying to tell the truth. But it's kind of, I don't know. If you got your jaw cracked, then you got your jaw cracked. And when you get your jaw cracked, what do you say? Oh, that was then. See? And that's what you do? That was then. This is now. That's what you do. See? That was then. This is now. So you got to and you're letting all these young lions stand up and you're not saying the same thing they saying. Stevenson said, I want to be known as the alpha male in the boxing. I'm the lion. Devin Haney wants that spot. But see, the rest of you guys are you don't want that spot. What you want to do is you're clout chasing and everything else, and you want to fight certain fighters. Oh, I want to fight this fighter. I want this fighter. Oh, I want everybody. And then, but you got people just calling, they want all the smoke. Like all. See? They summed it up for you. You're letting these youngsters sum it up for you. They're summing up for things that you should have done. You should have already said you wanted all the smoke. Huh? But now all the stories is coming out. You see what I mean? All these stories is coming out. Oh my goodness. Y'all got to stop that, man. You got to stop letting all these stories come out because now all this stuff come out the woodwork. And so people were like leaking. All of a sudden now sparring sessions and stuff is leaking and stuff like that. So you got sparring sessions leaking. You got stories leaking. Fighters getting knocked. And that's like something that happens all the time. But it's not something that happens like right now. I mean, like all at once. Like 10 people, they don't just all ahead and they don't have 10 reports or something like that, or 5 or 6 reports of stuff that happened in sparring camps and stuff like that. They don't have that. Usually, like one to leak out every once in a while. You'll have something that leaked out. Like they still bringing up the Deontay Wilder that he got knocked out and all that. Now they want to bring that up. So now everything is surfacing all at once. And that's only because nobody's really, we're not getting a whole lot of fights. And so now that's part of the entertainment part. So we just keep going. They're going to just keep going with it. But we got to ignore some of this, man, because some of it is just hype. It's too much hype. And we're going to get to the bottom. You feel me? And see, and then Gil puts a point right here that he says is Earl versus Danny finalized. Man, I don't even ask, man. I don't know. I just got to see it. When it's a month away, and they talk about the paperwork and stuff like that. See, that's what we got to worry about as fans. We always got, oh, is the paperwork, they got the papers in? Is the papers good? We always got to worry about that, man. But it's bull. We shouldn't have to worry about that. But anyway, the title, the reason you guys got what you got, and the reason I put it up the way that I put it up is because we're going. That's our main top. That's going to be our main top today. Our main top is going to be, because it comes up a lot. I noticed it comes up a lot, and matter of fact, we have probably named a couple of trainers and stuff like that. So that's what it's really about. It's about the trainers and stuff. And you guys are going. I don't know if you guys are going to be upset with it, or you're not going to be upset, but we're going to talk about it, and I'll let you decide. And because we got different lists. Now, some of the lists are actually, I would actually pick this list. You know what I mean? I would have like these same trainers on my list, but I do have a problem with on one list, and this one is I think I got 2 of them from Bleacher Report. 2 of them. And then the brother I just mentioned, Nassim, he's not on one of the lists. And then they do top 5 and stuff like that. But the Bleacher Report. Okay, so the Bleacher Report is the one that we're gonna go through first. And this one is actually, it's fairly decent. It's decent. The order, I don't necessarily know if I like the order and nothing like that. You know what I mean? I don't know if I like the order. But the first person they talk about is at number 1, they put Custody Amata as the trainer. And there's 10 best trainers. So they actually have him as number 1. But I don't remember all of it. I don't remember a whole lot of his fighters and stuff that he actually was able to keep. Besides Mike Tyson, Floyd Patterson, because they're trying to give him credit for Ali, but Ali did not stay with him very long, because Ali wasn't the type of fighter. Ali wasn't going to put himself in that type of position like a lot of his other fighters. He had his own style that he needed somebody that was going to, work with his style and stuff. But let's get into it a little bit. Let's see. So they're talking about, and I'm not going to read the whole thing, these paragraphs and stuff, but when they talk about Custody, they talk about that you see him, what he did with Mike Tyson. Yeah. And also they talk about Floyd Patterson, because Floyd Patterson was Olympic medalist. He was a middleweight gold medalist, 52. But he beat Archie Moore. I don't know how much credit. Archie Moore is good. The Mongoose, really good. But Archie Moore was, in no way was he really a full-fledged heavyweight. Archie Moore. No. Light heavyweight, yes, but not heavyweight. Yeah, but they still have him as number 1. Yeah. But I don't understand. Like I said, maybe somebody has something, because I just don't have it. I just don't have the reason why they would have him as number 1, because that's not a lot. That's not enough accolades. But sometimes you get talent. And when you talk about the fighters that he had, those was just talented fighters. 2 out of the 3 of them was like this, greatly talented. Now I can see Mike because of Mike's the way Mike was. I can give him a lot more credit for Mike, but I'm not necessarily. I don't know if I can necessarily give him that much credit for like the Ali. I'm not gonna give him all that much credit. I might give him a little bit for Floyd Patterson, but the most I can give him is gonna be for Mike Tyson. So I can't give him that. Okay, let me salute. I see a couple of people that fell up in here. El Fenici then came up in here. He said salute to Eagles Web. Salute back to El Fenici, and I see my Derek Tedder Bailey's up in here. Salute at Eagles Web. Salute to Derek Bailey. He said salute to Eagles Web Boxing and D-Lo Boxing. Okay, everybody saluting out. Okay, y'all see each other. Okay, there we go. But we don't know as far as that's being finalized. I don't know what you guys' thoughts on as custom model being number one as far as trainers. But you guys know what I put down there, right? It's boxing, I made you great. Yeah, that's what it is. Boxing, I made you great. So we're just throwing some trainers out there right now. And at the same time, we much condolences out to, like I said, Nassim Richardson's family at the same time. Because in some of these reports, they didn't even mention him at all. Now, the second one, who they have as number 2, for me, I do actually agree with that. And I've actually told you, well, I don't know about even that number 2. Well, 2 maybe. It's always good. It's always good, like if you're training somebody or you're doing something with somebody that you don't necessarily get a number 1 spot because there's going to be too much controversy with it. If you guys understand what I mean, it's always going to be like a little bit too much. You know what I mean? A little bit too much. If you put somebody as number 1 trainer, don't put nobody as number 1 trainer. And yes, you're talking about like at the present time, you're still gonna get a lot of arguments. But number 2, and I agree with this, is Eddie Fudge. I would put him probably at number 2. I would like to have him at 1, but I don't want nobody. It's less arguments when you're number 2 and 3 than it is at number 1. Anytime you're number 1 at something, there's always a huge argument. Somebody's always got to. People are gonna bring out so much stuff about what you did, and see what a lot of people don't even understand is with Eddie Fudge. Now, Eddie Fudge, believe me, he worked with Larry Holmes, right? Did you know that? He worked with Riddick Bowe, right? He worked with a lot of the great ones, right? Now, the reason I put Larry Holmes on, because Larry Holmes is our spokesperson for sit your ass down. Them jabs and stuff. Yeah. But Eddie Fudge, yeah. For me, he was in there, like he used to spar with Joe Louis and stuff. He used to tussle it up. And the one thing about Eddie Fudge, Eddie Fudge could never turn pro because he had a problem with his heart. And think about that. Somebody who wants to fight, but they just have a physical problem where they're not going to get cleared. But they still in there sparring with you, giving you as much smoke as they can give you. You feel me? Wow. And then you got fighters here. They got perfectly great hearts, and they suck. But let's open it up and let's read. See if anything that I said is in here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it does talk about that. It talks about he was denied his professional boxing license because he had a heart problem and stuff. Said even Joe Louis got to see what this Eddie was made of in their numerous sparring sessions. Then in the 50s, that's when he became a professional trainer and was able to release 21 world champions onto the world of boxing. So you tell me, somebody it got their hands in the mix with 21 world champions, and then he's number 2? Or with somebody that they only mentioned like 3 world champions, 21? And I'm going to tell you some of the people, in case you know. Because I said Riddick Bowe. But before that, guess what? The smoking one. Joe Frazier, the smoking one. Trevor Berbick, Riddick Bowe, Joe Frazier, the Native American Virgil Hill, Ken Norton, and just others. And guess what? Another person that they mentioned, probably gonna mention right after him, is Freddie the Coach Roach. I think that's what Mayweather Senior calls him, the Coach Roach. Yeah, he's made it the Coach Roach. Yeah, but he was his student too. Yeah. And that, of course, he's a Hall of Famer. And then they talk about, some of the fighters that he coached to win against, like, for instance, Muhammad Ali was getting down, man. That's the whole thing, man. If we miss out, is that, see, life works that way. Life does not give you, the perfect scenario for shit. It just does not. It does not. Even with MTM's 50-0, it doesn't give you the perfect. I wish we would have been a perfect balance. Like, you can go back. That's wishing. You know what I mean? But if Muhammad Ali could have fought and just got better and better, not had that, not had to stop fighting, and just reached his real potential, his real peak, which you've seen some of his peak was against Williams, I think. Cleveland Williams, that was his peak, where he's just every shot, where he was throwing hard shots, people don't even know. Because Liston fought Williams and they was battering each other, this battle back and forth. But Ali fought Williams. He was putting him down with lefts, lead rights and stuff. Boom. He was on. He was on top of his game right there. You see, but like I said, life doesn't work the way. It's not like the movie like we want it to be. If we can go back and rewrite everything, we'll put Ali in there. We'll just take the Supreme Court out and we'll take out the military, for instance. We take all that shit out. Be like, nah, let Ali just go. Let's see what he do. Let's see what it does. You see what I mean? Oh, okay. D-Lo right there. He said he calls Jim. He said Jim the joke coach, Roach. Oh, okay. Oh, he called joke coach. I know he called me. Yeah, it's Freddie the joke coach. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let me get back in here. Getting back up in here. Dan Birmingham. That's Gil Coles. And then Derek Brady. Yep. Derek Brady got the loud yep out there. Yep. That's what it is. And then Eddie Fudge tighten up phrases after Yank died. Yep. There we go. And then D-Lo right there. He said, right. What does Bo and Holmes have in common besides becoming champion? I'll answer that. Motherfucking consistent, educated, power jab, and 1-2. There you go. Here we go, man. Y'all hold on a second, man. Here we go. Starting some shit with me already. Whew. Yeah, I had to run. I had to run over and get something. I got a package, man. I had to go pick that up real quick. Yeah, but that's it right there, though. That's the point. Is that, huh? Y'all want to see? Let me show you one side of it. And I was telling people over and over again. I keep telling y'all, man. That's the whole. Bam. That's that sit your ass down. D-Lo brought up. That jab, and then if I have to, but see, Holmes is putting the jab on it. But that 1-2, man, I'm telling you, man, that's why I know a lot of people talk a lot of crap about the Bo and Lennox Lewis thing. I had Bo 100%, man. If Bo would have fought him, he had way better skills, man. Way better skills. And that 1-2, I don't think Lewis could have got past that. He would have probably came out fast or something like, oh yeah, I stopped you in the amateurs and all that, but no. But like I said, remember I just said that? If y'all remember, I just said that we don't get see, and that's the one thing about life, man, is we just don't get all the stuff that we want when we want it. You know what I mean? It's not gonna be set up to where it's gonna be like the perfect situation for us. And see, all that shows that these are not perfect situations for us. It's perfect because that's just the way life had it to work out. It had to work out the way it did. It worked out the way it did. We still got the enjoyment that we needed to get. And then we say this stupid shit like unanswered questions. I don't know. I don't know what questions are really unanswered. They're not really unanswered because guess what? If the question was never there, it was never going to be answered. We make up shit that we shouldn't even be making up. You know what I mean? We make up a lot of stories and that kind of helps us with our fantasy. And and I'm not trying to be like I don't know what you would call it, some kind of Scrooge, Grinch, or whatever. I'm not trying to be like that. You feel me? I'm not trying to be no kind of a Scrooge, no kind of Grinch, or nothing like that. Or he always throwing monkey wrenches in somebody's hope. And no, I'm just saying that if you notice, just like with this, who seen this coming up as far as this COVID coming up? Who's seen this coming up? None of us. We didn't see this shit coming up. So now we still got, we're getting fights and bubbles and everything else. Now, we can only guesstimate. That's guessing and speculate. As an Eagles word. We can only guesstimate what would happen if it was a live audience for some of these fights, or if the ref would let the fight go on and stuff like that. That's it. But we can't, it's not a damn thing we can do about it. You see what I mean? All we can do is just, whatever they give us, that's what we got to take. And so I'm not trying to take that point across, because guess what? I'm still going to argue those kind of things, even though they're not facts. I'm still going to argue them. I'm going to still say, like, a lot of people are going to be against Bo, and I'm going to be with Bo. A lot of people hate this, not going to like Bo. Oh, Bo, this, that. I'm going to still be with Bo. Guess what? We'll never figure it out, because guess what? It's our guesstimation. Because it can never happen. Right? If something was considered perfect, if anything was perfect, we wouldn't, as different nations and races, we wouldn't be fighting each other, nothing else. All we be waiting for, just like I said, we be waiting to see what's on that dinner spread at night. And you think about how wonderful it would be if all nations, if we just got together at least at night. Now, we fight during the day, but at night, it was like a no fight time. And they brought all the special foods, like all the foods from Asia and stuff, all the foods from Africa, all the European foods and stuff. Big spread every night. You know what I mean? Of course, we have to have the most excellent people from your nation to do all the cooking. We got Native American food, Mexican food, Puerto Rican, everything just spread out. You couldn't even eat everything. But you'd have fun going through grabbing stuff. You wouldn't have nothing to fight about. All you be talking about is, damn, that's some good greens over there. All you be talking about is the ingredients of what's going on. You know what I mean? About what the food is. That's all you be talking about. Let me get back in here and read what some of y'all wrote though. And I know somebody's gonna agree with me. I already know that. And well, we're gonna have some disagreements too. But you know, and then D-Lo 404 boxing, right? He said right. He said, what does Bo and Holmes have in common besides becoming champions? Okay, got the jabs, and then right now, and then D to the base, he said facts at D-Lo. That damn jab, right? And then D-Lo 404 again, he calls Jim the joke coach Roach. I read that. Okay, yeah, him. I know what you mean. Him, yeah. He said Jim. And then TT up in there, he said Jack Johnson boxed for more than 30 years. That's right. And he was still boxing up until the time of when he got killed. He was still like in the gym, still messing around, still showing people that he had a lot more speed and stuff than people thought he had. And then D-Lo 404 boxing right back in. He said Bo would have stopped Lewis. He said the hell with that fraudulent stoppage in the Olympics. Yep. And you seen that shit too though. Because when they stopped it, Bo was just like he was just questioning. He wasn't even tripping that much. He was just like questioning the ref and something. The ref just, oh no, you don't want to fight. I'm like, what the hell? Bo had him in trouble as well in round one. Yep. Yeah, but that's, and I see what you mean though, D-Lo. He said, just my opinion though. This grown folks chat, baby, don't worry about it. D-Lo grown ass man. If that's his opinion, matter of fact, and I'm in agreement with him. The host is in agreement with him. Like I said, you guys gonna come in here and fight with us if you want to. That's okay. Y'all grown and y'all can say what you, because like I said, it's questionation. There's always questionation about what could have happened and stuff like that. But for us, that keeps a spark in us also when things don't always happen the way that we would feel like in a perfect like world, that if things don't happen that way, for us, that gives us that little spark for us. You know what I mean? At least I'm speaking for myself. For me, it feel, if that would have happened, man, because then I could replay in my own mind, you know. maybe it's a fantasy to me, but at least I can replay. I'm like, oh, the shit, that would have been the shit. And a lot of things we think of would be the shit. Like if this Ali, who's celebrating somewhere else right now, if he would have been here, like if he could have landed in this time period, there would be no talk of all these champions right now. All everybody would saying is who's gonna beat Ali. That's all they would be saying. Would nobody be calling nobody the hardest puncher and this and that, or boxing IQ? Nobody would be talking about boxing IQ and all that. Boxing IQ will be the furthest thing from our conversation. We'd be just talking about Ali gonna whoop that ass. That's it. All we be looking for is round predictions. That's it. Prime Ali. That's all we be looking for. But I agree with my brother on that one. Yeah. Yeah. When in Tabernacle, TT back there again, who could not get past Bo's jab? Yeah. You can't. When Bo was on point with that jab, you couldn't do shit with him. As Evander Holyfield, he is the only fighter that Evander Holyfield, they're friends and stuff, but he's the only one that's really humbled Evander Holyfield. Because he said, well, shit, Bo whooped my ass twice. And he'll tell you, he said Bo whooped him twice. Even though he'll still speculate that Fan Man saved Bo from getting knocked out. That's what he'll speculate and tell you that. But he's a man. That's what I like about Evander, is that he will stand up and say, well, yeah, somebody whooped my ass. That's it. And he don't bring up all these damn excuses. People always want to bring, oh, this happened. No, you got your ass whooped. Sometimes you get an ass whooping. And sometimes people is gracious in the ass whooping. Like, I'm happy. I mean, he whooped my ass, man. He's better than me that day, or he's just better than me, man. Some people you can't beat. Gil Coles, Gil, I'm going to erase your ass from the map for real. Gil stupid. Gil said Tyson versus Bo 2021. Most folks don't know that Bo signed to fight Lewis, but McCall ruined it. Yeah. Yeah, I know he talks about that too. He said that he had it signed and stuff, and then I seen it on because him and Evander was talking on I'm sorry, I can't give you your claim to fame, whatever channel I watched that on. But anyway, if you know who you are, you're in here and stuff, I'm giving you your claim to fame. Is that, yeah, they were interviewing him and stuff, and yeah, he said, yeah, he had the contract and everything. Had it signed out. And matter of fact, I think at one time it said that I think Lewis didn't sign the contract. But we never know. All this damn speculation and stuff like that. TT said, guess a late Boy versus Jones. Oh my goodness. In his bowl, man. Stop playing with his name, man. He said Boy. Yep. That's right. D-Lo said like button smash. I got to run, fam. Okay, fam. Got to go defend my strap. Yep. Yeah, you take care of whatever you got to, man. I just got my little pack of shit. And they just finished with the truck again. I changed my tires off, man, and they was shaking their head when they see me come in, but they didn't know my front tires wasn't as good as they should have been. They were kind of messing up. And so yeah, I went and got new tires and stuff. Because a lot of people be shaking their head like, God dang, man, them truck tires ain't no joke. Because I got oversized tires, man. If y'all ever want to know how much oversized tires, just look online. Look for the best ones, the best oversized tires, and just look and see how much they cost. Y'all gonna be like, God dang, man, that's a down payment for a brand new whip or more. It costs a little bit of money. That's right. But good that y'all come through and hit that and smash that like. Okay, but we're only up to 3. But number 3 is just like I said. And Freddie, what he said, the joke, Freddie the joke coach Roach. Yeah, Freddie the joke coach Roach is number 3. Now this is one list though. This ain't the total list or nothing like this. Ain't. And I told y'all where this one came from, so it's not. They got other lists and stuff, and he might not be on here as well. but he's kind of fallen off. But you know, we know who he's mainly named for. But he did work with some of the same people, like Virgil Hill. He worked with him, which Freddie worked with. Oscar De La Hoya, Vladimir Klitschko, Mike Tyson, and a lot more well-known and MMA champions. So he did work with quite a few people. But he's mostly known for Manny Pacquiao. And they have him at number 3. And then and he thinks he's that. This is his quote. I'm going to quote from him. This is the only thing I'm going to actually read from him. This quote here is that he said, if we don't win a fight, it's just because we can't. That's the only reason. Because he's that good of a trainer. And this is now, number 4 is a trainer that a lot of people, kind of love to hate, or sometimes people just hate, or they think he's overrated. And that's Ignacio. That's Nacho. Y'all know Nacho. Bernstein. A lot of people don't like. They don't really like him. But everybody know that if you know anything about him, let me see. let me see. Let me see if I can find it. There we go. So, if y'all know anything, if y'all know anything, ain't no worry about it, TT. T to the testimony out there. He said, no respect to the champ. Whoa, no, I got that, man. I got that. But if you guys don't know who Nacho is the one who trained this guy into becoming a Hall of Famer. Boom. And that is lights out action. And this just look down. And does anybody feel like the feet had anything to do with that? When you look at that, because they stupid. Because you see this in slow motion. So if you see this in slow motion, do the feet have anything to do with that shot? Feet being tangled up or anything else? Because look, he was able to do both of his little skips, right? Was he able to do both of his little jumps? Right? So stop with that shit, man. You guys stop. See, because you guys are too easy. You guys are too easy to dispute, man. You guys are way too easy to dispute, man. Way too easy when you come up with dumb shit. Anyway, a lot of people don't like him. But he did have Oscar De La Hoya again. He still had him. He had Marquez, like I said, that's probably his most famous. He had Zaragoza, and he had Gilberto Roman. Yep, Abner Mares. But like I said, his best pupil, that's his best pupil that is Manny Pacquiao. Now, I would still put this guy on here. A lot of people don't like him as much. He wasn't as knowledgeable, and I don't understand how he got on here without Georgie Benton. And because you guys know who it is, Lou Duva. And I don't understand, Georgie Benton. Like I said, this is like I said, this is controversial for me because at number 5, Lou Duva, and we know that he had Sweet Pea. We know that. But he did also have, like I said, he started off because a lot of people wanted to go to him because of Sweet Pea. Because he did have Evander Holyfield. He had Parnell Whitaker, like I said, Michael Moore, Arturo Gatti, Lennox Lewis, Tony Tucker, Vinny, I guess it's supposed to be Pazienza. He even had Hector Camacho for a while, and many more. So he did have a lot of fighters and stuff like that. The one thing I like about Lou Duva is, like I told y'all before, is Lou Duva would go in there and mix it up. If you was in there fighting, Lou Duva go in there and fight with your ass. If somebody start doing something like illegal or something like that, or he's seen something, we get some tea. He'll bring his ass up in there. He might take a knockout, but he'll bring his ass up in there. he'll go up in there and get a knockout with you. You both get knocked out, huh? So Lou, look at you. Then came in here and got your ass knocked out with me. Yeah, Lou go in there and get knocked out with you. Now that's fam for you. And I see my brother up there, Sir Flame, that came up in the house, y'all. Salute out to Sir Flame. He said, salute to Eagles Web, salute to the chat, and as always, jab that like button on y'all neck. He said, don't get neck up in Eagles Web boxing. That's the 100, man. A little bit of hieroglyphs up there. Got the glove up good. Got the weapons up good, too. Say, we'll cut your ass up. He said, ain't nothing but fire, baby. And that's what it is. That's Sir Flame. So y'all remember when y'all come up in here. You know what I mean? So hit that thumbs up when you get into the Eagle, and then also hit that live. After you hit the thumbs up, hit the live, man. Because that way we'll keep it today. And what's today? Monday. Today's Wednesday, right? So we'll keep a Wednesday, a no troll zone. But Lou, I'm going to say that I can see Lou as being a top trainer. And it's more based on names, because you're going to get names like that. You know what I mean? You don't get names like that. If you're not a good trainer, you just ain't gonna get all those names falling after you. You know what I mean? Because I watched them very closely. Remember, I watched trainers and stuff too. I watched very closely some of the advice. Now I did want to put my disclaimer out. I did want to say this. I see D Ray up in there. Salute to D Ray. Said Eagles Web Boxing Network. Salute to the Eagles Web in the chat. There you go. He got his ears up good. Okay, but I just wanted to throw this out there, and this might cause. I don't want to fight with y'all. This is not a fight. I'm not trying to cause a fight, but this is what I did want to say. This, I do take a little bit of points away from a trainer. If a trainer is if they're in a big fight, and he's slapping his fighter, or cussing his fighter out in the corner, or something like that, that just shows, because what that shows to me, that shows lack of prep. That means you got into that fight and something wasn't ready. Now, I'm not talking about the Angelo Dundee type of thing where you're saying you're blowing it because you're just reminding them. That's all you're saying is you're blowing it, but you're not giving any instructions. That's different. But if you're telling the fighter, you just shouldn't fight no more. You just go work at the pizza parlor, or you slapping them or something. Come on, that's too much. You don't need that. Means that reflects on what you did as a trainer. And as a trainer, you sucked. At least you sucked when you was training them. And just mentioning that, I've seen like the number 6 guy. I've seen him do some things that maybe he shouldn't have done. But I still I respect his knowledge when he's here. I still respect his knowledge on boxing. He's still good. And as Emmanuel Stewart, because he had the hit man. Okay, and I'm just gonna read what they said. So Stewart, he had Lennox Lewis, Vladimir Klitschko, Thomas Hearns, and Tony Tucker. Which, if you notice, Tony Tucker's flopping around everywhere, right? But Tommy stayed with him. Lennox didn't start with him, but Lennox ended up with him. But he also had Michael. But don't forget, he had Michael Moore, and he had He had a lot of fighters. Jones. I think did he have Kente? I'm not 100% sure. I thought he had him or Kente. I believe. I'm trying to think. Some lightweight fighters he had, and he had another Michael, right? Was it Carr? Oba Carr. And that's a story right there. I never know. Does anybody know what happened to Oba Carr? There was another youngster like Haney. Started fighting when he was a kid. He got allowed to box, but I don't know, man. I think because I had to get out of boxing for a while because of military shit. There wasn't too much when you couldn't do boxing, you just couldn't do it. Yeah. But I would think also that he was a great trainer. He was a good trainer though. Yeah, he was a good trainer. But they don't mention, okay, and I'm gonna just throw this out because I'll end up forgetting, who to throw out there that I don't see in none of these lists is the Petronelli brothers. Yeah, Oba Carr, yeah. Yeah, that's what I was saying, D to the baby, yeah, Oba Carr. Yeah. And then, yeah, Teddy Atlas, yeah. And he got he's on the list too, but I'm just saying this number 6 right here though, but I'm just, like I said, the Petronelli brothers should have definitely been on there. I don't give a shit if people think they just had Hagler or whatever. They should have been on there. Because if you develop a monster like, yeah, yeah, but if you develop a monster like freaking Hagler, god dang. This is a true story. True story. I'm not gonna tell you who or what, but I'm just tell you that there's an individual that I know close to me that used to have nightmares about. Yeah, of course, because I got that. Because around me, I'm gonna have your ass. Because if you're around me and there's some kind of boxing going on, you're gonna be glued. A little bit different than you're usually glued to the television. That happens, especially if it's a big screen. So somebody actually was so fearful, and they wasn't in a position ever to get hurt by Hagler, but they actually had nightmares about Hagler. Now you know you in the boxing when you have nightmares about a fighter that you're not even going to have to fight. Yeah. And that's it too, Sir Flame. Yeah, we mentioned him, and we just we gave our condolences out to his family. Yeah, because I didn't even know. Man, I just barely found out. I didn't even know he was gone. God dang, man. But they didn't put everybody in here. Like I said, that's why I told you guys this would be a little bit controversy. It'd be a little bit controversial, and we know that see, Angelo might even be higher because of who he trained. But they got him at number 7. He was a good trainer. But the thing I like about Angelo Dundee is I believe that Angelo Dundee was he was a listener. And even though he kind of messed up in the end by trying to get more money than what he was worth at one point, but we know that his greatest pupil was Muhammad Ali. And then right behind him, he had Sugar Ray Leonard. And remember, when George Foreman had his comeback, Angelo helped him out. So, yeah. And then he had another, he had another fighter besides Ray. I just can't think of all the fighters he had, but yeah, he had a few more fighters also. Yeah, but Ali was number 1 for us because he was with him for 21 years. So, but he was with Ray for a long time too, though, because he got Ray in the 80s and stayed with Ray also. So that's number 7 right there. But you're right. But you're 100% right. Is just like I said. The Petronelli brothers is nowhere. I can't find them nowhere. Nassim. I think Nassim made a list, but he's like way down. Let me see. I don't even know if he's on this list. And like I said, I don't want nobody. Don't get mad, but I'm just saying. Don't get mad, but just understand this is not my list. I'm reading this out. This is a Bleacher Report. So I'm just reading this one out. So if I made you great, that's the whole thing. I'm the one made you great. I make fighters great, baby. That's what trainers are supposed to do, though. Trainers are supposed to make you great. And see, we can't even cover both sides of it today. All we can cover is this side of it. Because the argument, the opposite side is what trainers are making fighters great today. See, that's the other side of it. We'll have to do that another time. We can't do all of it because it's too much. It's just too much. But we can always argue the fact of who else we needed to be in there. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look that up too, though. D to the Bailey. Oh, because I never knew what happened to him, man. Because I know my ass got erased off the scene for a while. And when I got erased off the scene, they must have erased his ass off the scene. Yeah, he said, no, I haven't heard anything. Yeah, okay. My favorite trainer. Okay, what about coach? He said, Mickey, Cold Mill. I don't know, Gil. If that's your coach, then that's your coach. Mickey. Oh, my goodness. Gil, something else. And who is that, Gil? Is that the famous trainer from the fight series, 7 series? There was 7 series. Now you guys might not know this guy. It was lighter weight. Was he lightweight? But Jack Blackburn, and he's more known for, I mean, Jersey Joe Walcott, but more for Joe Louis. Yeah. And let's read and see. Jack Bradley, he's a professional lightweight fighter. That's okay. I was right about that. Okay, retiring with record of 99, 26 and 19. After retiring, Blackburn decided to give training a try and see how well he does. He briefly worked with Charles Taylor and Jersey Joe Walcott, but was the Brown Bomber, Joe Louis, who made Blackburn famous, and vice versa. So both of them made each other more or less famous. Closing out a record, closing record of 65-3-0. Best known for his bouts against Max Mellon, Joe Louis proved to be an artist in the sport of boxing. Jack Blackburn discovered Joe Louis, in essence, changed boxing history. That's it. So he helped him out, especially like in that second fight, to come get that ass whooped. He fought a little bit too long, talking about Joe Louis. And here you go, Joe Louis. This is a great quote from Joe Louis, real short. He said, once the bell rings, you're on your own. It's just you and the other guy. That's it. Once that bell ring, so all that training. Now, this is another guy that I think was a little bit disrespectful, and he's just now apologizing for people for shit that he's done. And that's number 9. That's Tony Atlas. And he did have, he had some of the other fighters too. He had Mike Tyson. He had, I don't even want to mention, it's hard for me to. They had, on this list right here, D-Ray, Cuss is number 1. Cuss is number 1. Well, somebody's trying to say that Rocky's trainer is number 1. The trainer in Rocky, that's number 1 trainer. Because he only had that one shot to get himself a champ, and he got him. But yeah, Cuss. Yeah, they had Cuss as number 1. Yeah. Oh, I didn't even know D-Lo. I thought D-Lo had the bounce. D-Lo came back strong with that one. He said like button smash. I thought he was out, but D-Lo came right back. D-Lo said Marciano beat more old men than whack ass white. And see, I was waiting on somebody. That's what I'm saying. Y'all was quiet. See, the web is like ticking time bomb, man. They sitting there just waiting. They like, oh, hell to the no, man. He said, yeah, Marciano did fight. Like I said, he was beating up a lot of old fighters, man. He fought Jersey Joe was putting hands on him. He's just too old, man. The stamina and all that, man. If he was young and stayed focused, Marciano wouldn't have had a chance against him. Too much foot movement. But like I said, it's in our world, and see, this what makes it kind of suck. But at the same time, for us that, okay, we think we know, we still, we guest stationed again. Because all we can do is guesstimate or whatever else, or whatever other word. I like the other word. It's guesstating. Yeah. That's all we can do. We can just guesstimate. Like, what happened? Or what would have happened? That's all we can't do nothing else, man. But I'm just going to go out on a limb, which is a very strong limb, and say, because this limb ain't going to break, and say that he would have got his ass pieced up. And matter of fact, and I couldn't even put him as a fighter that could have fought in every era either. He couldn't have fought in the 70s. Now, I'm just going out there to say, now, somebody can get mad. If you get mad at Eagle, you get mad at Eagle. That's all it is to it. This is just my guesstimation. My guesstimation is that he couldn't have fought in the freaking 70s. He would have had to fight Ali. He would have had to fight Foreman. He would have had to fight Frazier. He would have had to fight Norton. He would have had to fight Shavers. He would have had to fight Lau. He would have even fight Jerry Corey. And Jerry Corey take punches, this basic boxer. I don't know if he would have even got through them. Besides Chavallo and the rest of them. Williams. He would have had to fight Williams. He would have had to fight Liston. That ass would, like I said, that ass would have been drunk. But anyway, let's get a little bit into his little escalades or accolades, or however you escalades is better than accolades, right? Anyway, let's get into him a little bit. I didn't like him as much. I still don't like him, sorry. If y'all like him, you do. Of course, he was with Customato. We already know that. And of course, why his name doesn't create the type of that Freddie Roach does or Roger does. his knowledge and the power of those men. They say any way you look at it, it's hard to deny that Atlas had some part in bringing Mike Tyson to the top. Okay, so let's look at his resume a little bit. Okay, so Michael Moore, Alexander Povetkin, Samuel Peter. That's where we get that neck from. Neck! Y'all get that neck up in here, baby. Okay, so, and that's it. But this is a long quote, and I'm going to go ahead and read it because I really don't, like I said, I don't care about this guy as much. He said, do you want me to fight? He said, huh? Do you want me to trade places with you? Do you? He said, listen, this guy, he's talking about Holyfield, is finished. There comes a time in the man's life when he makes a decision to just live, survive, or he wants to win. He said, you're just doing enough to keep him off you and hope he leaves you alone. You're lying to yourself. You're going to cry tomorrow because of this. Do you want to cry tomorrow? Huh? Don't lie to yourself. Back this guy up and fight a full round. And that was him. That was his quote. And you probably heard him during the live fight. And you guys know who that is. I don't know. I don't need to tell you who it was. God dang. D-Lo on some strong shit right now, y'all. I'm looking way down at the bottom. But D-Lo on some real strong stuff right now. Because D-Lo, I don't know. I got something got underneath D-Lo's skin. He just like, that whole Marciano shit, he's not falling for that. He's not falling for the, somebody blocking the tailpipe and shit. He ain't falling for that shit. Ain't nothing wrong with the engine. D-Lo is not falling for that shit at all, y'all. He don't like it. Because he said right there, he said Tommy Morrison could have reigned under Rocky's circumstances. God dang. He's going hard on him. I wasn't even going that hard on him. I just barely bought him up because we was talking about training, but he just can't. He don't want to let that shit go. He don't like that 49-0. He like that 49-0 must go. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, you get mad at me, you get mad at D-Lo. We grown men. If you get mad at both of us, yeah. I'm going to tell you right now. You feel me? I'm going to tell you that right now. Is that if you get mad at me and D-Lo, then that's on y'all. But I happen to agree with him on that because I'm being honest right now. Because I was never comfortable. I'm telling you right now, I was never comfortable with the whole idea of that padded record. And yes, I'm calling it a padded record. I was never comfortable with that. And the agenda holders was so proud of it that we know our great Larry Holmes got bullshitted out of that record. Because right now, we shouldn't even be talking about the MTM record because believe me, Larry Holmes would have won 60-0. And Floyd didn't have 10 more fights in him. See? But then again, in our world, like I said, we got to live out our world the way our world is. But they screwed us. They screwed us. Okay, D-Lo said it ain't the 49. No, he said, I just don't like the elder abuse. God dang. Yes. That's right. Then he on there again. He like 6 title defenses in 49-0. Right. You ain't got no defense. Because you know his ass he's not in that list. He's not in that top defense list. But you a champ. Yeah. And then D to the Bailey on him too. D to the Bailey said Marciano had the bum of the month club. God dang. Yeah. Oh yeah. D to the Bailey said that's why I listened to him earlier. Yeah, he would curse out a fighter. Yeah, I just don't like that. Yeah. Oh yeah, D Ray, you're a little bit slow. I already told you that Rocky's trainer. I said Gil up there messing around. Yeah. What about Clubber Lang's trainers? They're pretty good trainers, right? They ended up with Rocky, right? Yeah, you're right. Teddy dogged out Tyson too. Yeah. Yeah, everybody getting their hands on Tony, and everybody getting their hands on Marciano right now. Yep. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Frazier would, man, please. I can't. That probably wouldn't even go four. D'Lo said Frazier would have blasted him out. No, that wouldn't even went four. As a matter of fact, I got a new train. Well, I always had it, but I don't know how, I can't pull it up. But I gotta pull my, yeah. I gotta see how I can pull it up, man. I got a new smoke train. So once we get back into this boxing, we're gonna have a segment on smoke. Who's bringing that smoke? So we're gonna put up the smoke train, not just the troll train. So we got a smoke train. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Had to fight Foreman. Oh yeah. If Do you imagine Marciano versus Foreman? Do y'all remember the gold medal fight that if you look back into the archives, look at the gold medal fight with Foreman, 1968. I know none of us was around there, but I'm just saying. But just go back and look at that fight, and just look at the damage he was doing to him at just young and 18 or whatever. Just nothing but power. Not even skilled up that good yet, but just God dang. The ref said, you know what? I'm not on my watch. What y'all be saying? Not on my watch. You ain't gonna be killing nobody on my watch. Jordan beat, just bloodied that guy. But you're right, D-Ray. Yeah, you kind of late, but yeah, Holmes. We talked about that before. Yeah, Holmes got robbed. And then you said Roger Mayweather. Yeah, way underrated. Because look, and that was the next one I was getting to. So number 10, rounding out the list after Asswipe, who was Tony Atlas, they got Roger Mayweather. And Roger Mayweather, to me, has to be up in the top 5. That's my opinion. You get mad at me if you want to. And then they didn't even write much about him, so I'm going to go ahead and read what they wrote. They said, how could we forget the infamous trainer and Uncle world champion superstar Floyd Mayweather Jr. He said, Roger is not only a trainer, but a former world champion with a record of 59, 13, and 0. His knowledge of boxing history as well as his technical aspect of boxing is nothing short of astounding. He said there are a number of things that may draw people away from Roger, but his booming result with Mayweather Jr. is well unbeaten record and a record of we're 15-0 now. He is one of the most wanted opponents in boxing history. So Roger did and still does a great job with his nephew, delivering an astonishing fast and ring smart boxer. Maybe, just maybe, if Mayweather Jr. fights and beats Manny Pacquiao, so this is older, right? He and his coach Roger Mayweather would become the most popular duo in boxing history. But that didn't happen, and we already know that. But Roger to me is the most famous Mayweather. That's the one I actually will mention his name. I don't talk about the other ones. I say senior and I say MTM. He said, don't be mad at me. I'm the best motherfucker. He said Roger Mayweather. That's how he would quote. But that comes from that's their list right here. Like I said, that's the one list. But like I said, that's one. So we're not gonna go through all of them, but that was more accurate of a list for me. I think that was more accurate. But if Don Dada was here, he would probably rolling back and forth. He'd be mad because he wants Bomac to be in there. But yeah, so if we look at this other list, so we got another list. These are from 2016. I just wanted to pull up some old lists, and they got Brian McIntyre as number 10. And I'm just going to go through these real quick. And then they got Joe Gallagher. Y'all know Joe Gallagher from overseas, right? Scott Quiggs, remember? And all his fighters. Remember all his fighters lost? Carl Frampton and all of them, they all lost. They all won. They was happy. And then, of course, on the other list, of course, of the Bleacher Report, we did not have Derek James at all. But they're just saying he trained Errol Spence. But no, he didn't just train Errol Spence. And then number 7, Shane McGuigan, got him. Yeah. And, you know, there's his brother fought and stuff like that. Ronnie Shields at number 6. Robert Garcia is number 5. Freddie Roach at number 4. So Freddie Roach is consistent at being number 4. Virgil Hunter at number 3. John David Jackson at number 2. And then Abel Sanchez. Well, y'all can fight about that if you want to. Y'all can get mad about that if you want. At number 1. And as you see that, like I said, the other list was more, even though they didn't have some of the names on there, I like the other list better. But that was bullshit to have Abel as number 1. Get out of here with that Abel shit. Hey, isn't Abel the biggest the shit talker out of any trainer or anybody? Don't he talk the most shit? Wasn't he just saying, was it last year or was it the beginning of this year? Wasn't he just saying that black fighters aren't entertaining and all this? They don't. He says too much racial shit. Or he just says way too much shit to be a trainer. He need to shut his ass up sometime, man. For somebody smack somebody like that, man. You know what I mean? Just always talking. Yeah, he always just talking about something. He always want to try to bring up something. I'm the one that's supposed to bring up the controversy. That's what we do in these chats. You don't bring up no controversy. You keep your ass in your lane and do what you're supposed to do. Train your triple G. Yeah, but he was damn sure clout chasing. He wasn't trying to, but he made himself a clout chaser. But everybody stayed on that ass. I mean, as soon as he opened his mouth, everybody was on him. Everybody was on him. So, okay, we see, get some brothers in there and let them fight. And the brothers get in there and fight. But you're right, Holmes got robbed, yeah. Roger Mayweather, underrated to me, yeah. Smoke signals. No, the smoke is from, goes all, the smoke, we keep it lineal in Eagles Way of Boxing. Smoke goes all the way back to the Smoke who was Jack Johnson. It went to Smoke and Joe Frazier, and we try to bring the Smoke up. Since none of the fighters want to take over the Smoke, they want to say they want all the Smoke, but none of them's taking the title of Smoke. It's lineal. They can have it. And matter of fact, there was another fighter who had Smoke also, and that was a Puff of Smoke. I don't tell anybody who he is because they're trying to Google him or whatever, but they should know. I haven't had anybody answer that question yet, all these boxing experts. But I haven't had anybody, I don't know shit about boxing, but anyway, I'm just saying. But Puff of Smoke. And so I'm trying to get somebody to figure out who Puff of Smoke is. Because we all know who the Smoke is. We know who the Smoking is. But who is Puff of Smoke? Puff of Smoke. And I bring him up a couple times, but they don't answer right there. Tony Atlas is a better guy in my opinion. Yeah, he's better than who though? D-Lo. It's because D-Lo's saying that, but he's coming around though. He's starting to apologize for stuff. But no, Hall of Fame. I mean, some of the stuff that I don't know. I just don't know, D-Lo. We agree to disagree on certain stuff. Yeah, he beat the brakes off of that dude. He said, bust his nose all up. Yep. And that's D to the baby. Just letting y'all know how somebody got the brakes beat off him. Sometimes you get your brakes beat off. Yeah. Roger Mayweather backed up Junior. He said, I can see working the mitts. Put him in the corner. That's right. The mitt expert. That was the mitt expert. You said average fighters make the best trainers. Because a lot of times the average fighter, it was not necessarily, this did not have the skill set. That's why he's average. But he has the understanding. And that's what makes it different. And then he knows that, hey, I could have been champ, but my skill set or something else. But I can teach somebody else to have that. Now, a champion is just going to be too argumentative with you all the time. In most cases. Most champions, they too argumentative. Well, that's the way I did. How you think I become champ? They're going to bring that shit up all the time. See, nobody wants to hear that shit. I'm not you, sir. I can't be champ like you right now. We have different weight classes and stuff. I'm a different skill set. Can you work with my skill set? That's what we got to get out of the trainers. Can you work with my skill set to get me where I need to be at? See? But they're not doing that. And you see fighters is fighting with the trainers and shit. Come on, man. Why are you fighting with me? You got your ass whooped, and now you want to fight the trainer. No, fight the fighters. Stop fighting the trainers and shit. Oh yeah. You right. You right too though. Yeah, you right. D-Lo say Abel got dumped. He got dumped. Yeah, he got dumped by Triple. Triple Garbage dumped his ass, right? Because you couldn't get that W. Yeah, so that's what happened. Oh, okay. Tony Atlas is a better guy than Teddy. Okay, I see what you wrote right now. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, Teddy he on that board. He's on that bullshit. Kevin Rooney worked with Iron Mike more than Teddy, but they don't mention Kevin at all. They don't mention him at all. See, that's why I brought this. See, that's why we're talking. That's why we're discussing this right now. See, you guys boxing IQ is kicking in now. Everybody's like, wait, what about Kevin? See, Kevin, and see nobody. If I didn't mention the Petronellis, nobody probably would even mention the Petronellis, right? And see, and I don't. And the whole thing with me is I'm still like I'm really heated about this one though because I don't like the fact that Georgie Benton is not even mentioned. Yeah. The Triple G, and we know right now that, and I'm talking to D-Lo and everybody else, and we know right now that Triple G and Canelo's they money. Even though I had a dispute in here the other day, they're money right now. That's all money. Well, what can I do safely? These motherfuckers, when have fighters just decided that they wanted to do shit safe? Oh, what can I do safely and can I get a bag doing that shit? All of them. It's too many of them, man. And see, what's going to happen is y'all talking about the smoke and all this shit. What's going to happen is all of us, every last one of them, every last one of us, even my ass, is we going to find out who's about that smoke and who's about that action and who's about that, oh, I need to get that money in. Because I'm telling you right now, man, to hide behind Roro, to tell somebody, to even like I said, when Bud put that shit out there, that words come out of his mouth, that he's taking a Roro break and all that shit. And I'm like, I got a problem with that. And I got a real problem for George Benton not being mentioned. And I gives a damn. Because Georgie Benton wouldn't have been on talk shows with the greatest and stuff like that if he wasn't good. Because he's on talk shows with the greatest. And I said with the Ali's and Formers and all that, he was on talk shows with them. Get out of here. Y'all not going to mention certain people, man. Come on now. And these are just and matter of fact, these are just the fighters, the trainers that we actually, that have been exposed. But there's other trainers, man. There's trainers on the West Coast and East Coast, man, that people have never heard of, or they might not even be here no more. The people you never been in gyms where you just like a fly on the wall. You just observing what they do. You just over there training. You know what I'm saying? You over there training by yourself. You over there just training and watching. You know, hitting the speed bag or something like you go hit the heavy bag a little bit, and you watching the gym because it's your first time visiting the gym. That's all you just come to you visit. Where you from and all that? You know, I'm just gonna get a little workout in and see what you. Yeah, but you ear hustling. You like what? Okay, trying to know what he's talking about, and that's how you learn how to do certain shit. It's not always the most famous trainers. You probably got some you got trainers that are like underrated, like way underrated. You got Eagles Wear Boxing, which is way underrated. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, but people tell me that though. So a lot of times, y'all start blowing my head up. Hey, man, Eagles underrated, man. Why he ain't rated higher than what he is? It is what it is, man. Don't never put me as number one though. Not in this. Yeah. Okay, D to the Bay. Then he said Benton was a good trainer. He said he worked with Holyfield early on. He worked with Sweet Pea Whitaker too. He worked with Sweet Pea. That was one of the voices. That was the calm voice in the corner. Lou Duva was the strung out crazy one, and Georgie Benton was like the calm one. Just in case y'all didn't know that he worked with great Sweet Pea. And we all know that John David, remember Yeah, he fought. He fought and won. And we already know Virgil Hunter. We know that mostly known for Andre Ward. But Robert Garcia, actually, that's Mikey's brother, actually got beat up by Diego Corrales. But he was a champ. And then Ronnie Shields. And see, like some of them aren't in this same. And then we talk about the English trainers. And then Derek James way down to 8. Like today, I wouldn't put him there. But this is an older list, though. So let's always remember that. That's an older list. And like I said, I wanted to do a list like so we could talk about our list too. So we can like more or less talk about our list today. Because right now the 5 that they still got Abel at number 1, and then they got Virgil number 2, Freddie Roach, Robert Garcia, and then the Nacho one. So, and that was way back. You see what I mean? That was way back when they did that one. So right now we can always, it's always going to be one of those things that is controversial. It's going to be controversial, and all this stuff is always going to be controversial because, like I said, we live in the world the way that it is. So we can always go back and look at other stuff, and we can always speculate, like I said, guesstimate what could have happened and stuff like that. But it's always good to have that conversation. I like to go back and, especially if somebody's like got kind of a mindset on a fight like I have, and I like to go back over and like, okay, I can see that happening. But like I said, when you try to place, because we try to place fighters from one era to another, but the Marciano thing, no, he would have got pieced up. He would have quit. If you lined him up and you said, well, first of all, you couldn't have put him with Foreman first. Matter of fact, you probably would have to put him with somebody like a Corey or Norton or something like that first. I don't know. If you put it in order, you say, you got to fight Corey, then you got to fight Norton, then we're going to put you in there with Shavers, then Frazier, and then we're going to put you in there with Foreman. He'd be already out. Before he got through, he would be already out of the game of boxing. He would have been out of the game of boxing before he got to Frazier. He probably would have been out the game of boxing. Yeah, he got pieced up, but he still. I would still say he's a good trainer, though. As far as Garcia, I'll still say he's a good trainer. But the one thing I don't like about him being a trainer is that he got his little brother beat up, and they should have went ahead and stopped the fight. Just because you still conscious and you standing up don't mean that somebody shouldn't stop the fight. Because he just went into shrimp mode and got the he got the shrimp beat out of it, man. He got the shrimp beat out of him, man. Just folded up like a shrimp and got beat like a shrimp. It's like, no, wasn't a good look. But we'll get into the other side of it one of these times. We'll get into the other side of it. We might even, you never know, we might do it Friday or something like that. But we'll get to the other side of it, man, and see who everybody has today. Who we think. We just think about it, man. So we know who other people feel like is the best trainers or were the best trainers. But who's the best trainers now? And some trainers didn't get a shot at being like trainers for very long. You guys got to think about it, because some boxers was actually trainers and stuff like that, and that they just didn't give that big of a shot or something like that. And we're losing out a lot on the sport, and the loss we just had that makes it to where we're losing out even more too, right there, because we just lost Nassim Richardson. So there goes some more knowledge down that's gone away from us, because these trainers, man, the ones that's hanging on, man, they got to pass that torch over, man. Somebody has to be trained up, so we can be like, damn, that's the championship trainer right there, one that everybody's begging to get with. We just don't have that look right now. Yeah. Yeah, I know that, but see, D to the Betty, when you put stuff up like that, man, that's just like, but that's horrible as a trainer, man. Why would you do that? Just so you can say that, but that's the only victory you got is you can say, oh, well, Spence didn't stop him. Spence did stop him. Did you see his last fight? He was stopped. He just, just because you absorb, oh, I took all that punishment. No, sometimes the ref, because you see, and the ref was not being nice because you see, so when we talk about, what's the fighter just fought out of Canada? Sam, remember, you know, Sammy, old Sammy boy up in Canada. Now we seen him get beat up. Ortiz put the beating on him, but the ref, the ref let it go 7-8, right? But when the ref seen Earl putting that ass whooping on him, he was like, no. He is like, oh, hell to the no, you ain't gonna get your ass killed up in here on my watch. And I think D'Lo brought that up. It's like, no, the ref was like, no. And so he stopped it in 4 because he was listening to what he was getting hit with. It's not always that you taking the punishment, but it's like what you getting hit with. I mean, they had a tragedy in the 90s called the Rodney King beating. And just because somebody make it out the hospital and survive something like that don't mean they was a winner. You know what I mean? So sometimes you got to when to call stuff. You got to be like, man, I got to call that, man. I know you want the moral victory, but I got to call it, man. You're not doing shit. And that's usually how a corner works. Usually a corner will say, you know what, you ain't doing nothing. I'm going to go ahead and stop this. Because you ain't doing shit. If all you doing is this, how in the hell and you make it, come on now. D to the Belly said, yeah, I know. He said, I know, right? He's like, damn, stop that shit, man. But let me go. I got to go pick up the big red machine, man. But I'm going to catch y'all on, we'll be back at it on Friday, man. We'll get back at it, man. Y'all come into the best chat on the internet, man. The best boxing chat, man. Grown folks boxing and chat. Eagles way of boxing, man. And I'm going to see y'all on Friday, man. But my shout out to all the real people that I see. And my shout out to all y'all that mess with me. Y'all know what it is, man. Nothing but blessings.